You ever notice how some names just, well, stick to the land? Indian Joe isn't just a man. He's a ghost with 3 roads and a pond to his name. But nobody knows where he's buried. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Street Signs Storytime, where I drive around this beautiful county and other counties and, well, the state at this point, and find road names that I look over at the wife and say, hey, write that one down. Well, guess what? We were driving recently to a kid's, you guessed it, sporting event, and drove by a road that kind of caught my eye. And I said, hey, let's do a story about it. If you read the title, you know what it is. If not, on to the story. Buckle up, because you're about to go on an adventure. All the way back to the early 1800s, when the woods around Parishville were thicker and the Racquette River ran wild. A solitary man, known only as Indian Joe, lived deep in the forest. Half guide, half ghost. Locals swore he could track anything, animals, people, even memories. He never spoke more than a few words, but if you got lost, you'd want Joe looking for you. But one winter, a logging crew went missing. The townsfolk, they blamed the wilderness, until a survivor stumbled back into town, half frozen, whispering about glowing eyes, stolen axes, and Joe's silent stare. They found the rest of the crew in a clearing untouched by snow. Their boots were missing, their tools, they were stacked neatly, and carved into a tree nearby were 3 words. You took too much. The townspeople, they accused Indian Joe of witchcraft or madness. When they tried to bring him in, he vanished into the woods. But the sightings, they never stopped. And then, well, came the roads. They say each time someone tried to build on the land where Joe once roamed, something would stop them. Strange accidents, machinery breaking, workers randomly just quitting. To appease the land, they named not 1, but 3 roads after him. Indian Joe Road, Joe Indian Road, and Joe Indian Pond Road. Now, it's quiet out there. Too quiet. Some folks, they claim that if you drive all 3 roads in one night and circle the pond at midnight, your GPS will spin out and you'll never hear anything but footsteps on gravel, even if your windows are up. And if you roll your window down, you might just hear him whisper, you took too much. 3 roads, 1 pond, 1 name. The woods remember, and so does Joe. If you've ever driven down Indian Pond, Joe Road, Joe Indian Pond Road, if you've driven down any of those roads, send over a picture. I'd love to feature them, not only on the website, the socials, and definitely I'll try to throw one up here on an episode coming up. And as always, if you have a recommendation on a road that you want me to come up with a 100% accurately true story, then let us know in the comments, and we will do that as well. But it's super hot in my studio right now. I forgot to turn on the air conditioning. So if you're listening to this, go ahead, roll those windows down. Enjoy the fresh air. Unless it's raining, you don't have those rain guards. Crank the AC. But more importantly, get out. Enjoy summer while it lasts. Hit the road. And if you see a road name that we got to cover, please send it over. But that's all we got. I'm on to another adventure. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place, different road. Take care, everybody.